All right, we're here in the GM booth. I'm here with Amit Chandarana, CEO of Curbee, Andy Guelcher, Mohawk Chevrolet. This is the first time the three of us, I think, have ever had a conversation together, but I hope we don't get in too much trouble. Thanks for being here today.
You should get the lawyers aboard right now because this is going to be dangerous.
Okay, well, you're the CEO, so you're the only one that can really get in trouble on this.
Fair.
Listen, there's this, Curbee has come to market, and a lot of people are starting to talk about it. I think there's maybe a little confusion over it because you all used to have techs, you don't have techs anymore. You're now partnering with dealers and manufacturers to help dealers be better at mobile service. So why don't we hear it from CEO's mouth? What are you up to?
Yeah, absolutely. So our street credit comes from that. We used to be in market servicing, and I hate to say we were eating your lunch a little bit when we were servicing the dealers' customers.
He made eye contact when he said that.
He did. So about a year ago, Curbee shut down all operations to be in retail in the market, and all we do is we serve the dealers business to business with a mobile service platform. Then we enable software, support, solutions to help the dealers and all the manufacturers with enabling mobile service.
So Andy, you are a pretty early adopter of this.
Yes.
So talk about when you kind of started working with Curbee and where you are now.
So we started working with Curbee, it was about a year ago when we were able to understand that they solved for the issue that we couldn't solve for on our own, which was a software piece. The logistics, the scheduling was second to none, and their support also was second to none. So we wanted to get out in front of this because we truly believe that this is going to change the way that we measure gross profit within our service department.
And so what are you doing now? Because I know GM's got this new van. So tell me about it. Is this something that you're operating out of now or you're going to be operating? Give us the background of the van.
So we're going to be operating out of this shortly. We currently have a Sprinter van that has a similar tool and equipment setup because we got out before this was available to us. And what we found is that by focusing on larger businesses, which is where we started, since then it's iterated 6 times, and now there's 7 different revenue streams that Mick could talk about, but it's really, really cool.
Well, tell me about how Curbee is now involved with what GM is doing in this van.
Yeah, so GM and those guys like us don't touch the oily bits anymore. We let the dealers do that. But whenever General Motors sells a mobile service plus van, Curbee is the software solutions and support that integrates directly into it. GM stepped up, been super supportive. They're co-oping the Curbee platform. They're co-oping the training and the integrations. And then we help facilitate all of the boots on the ground, training, operations, the street credit of everything that we've learned with almost 40,000 services over 4 years. So now we're going in with Andy and these guys, partnering with them and making sure that they're fully optimized and it's operational and simplifying the whole thing, because it's not that difficult, because there's not a customer in the world who doesn't want us to come to them to offer service.
Have you found that in your experience as you started offering mobile service? You started with larger clients, so like commercial clients, were you talking about?
Yeah, businesses, and one of the biggest roadblocks for us early on was internally. It was our team getting our head around it, because the customers do want it, and if you're able to offer that to them, hey, I want to schedule an appointment to come in and get my oil changed on this day, okay, do you know we offer this? So having that as part of our process was really kind of a game changer too, from a residential standpoint.
Okay, and now, next step, going to people's houses and doing more of that. What is your vision for your store in the next, say, 12 to 24 months?
So I really think that this is going to change the way that we measure gross profit per bay.
Yeah, dig into that.
When you are able to load level the jobs that are coming into that bay and getting the appropriate work, the more of the quick service type stuff, even some medium stuff out of the van, and you're getting those heavier jobs in the bay, driving, whether it's warranty or customer pay labor, those that are, 5+ hours worth of jobs, you're going to be able to look at that bay, which now is $20,000 per month, I think is the metric, and we could push it to 30 or 40 or whatever it is. But then this becomes the best return on investment that we've ever seen in the automotive industry.
Right, because it's not just the work being produced out of the van, it's actually the capacity that it's opening up inside.
Yeah.
I think most people don't think of it that way.
And I think that if you talk to a lot of dealers, they're so land constrained, so they can't add more bays, and the capacity is at maximum. So being able to put 1 or 2 or 3 vans in service and operate on that will drive up revenue in their shop and with the van. I think that's what the conversation.
What's the cost to get an outfitted van on the road and ready to rock?
Mobile Service Plus, GM's Bright Drop is $140,000. They've got some subsidies and some incentives to help the dealers out using IMR funds. There's some other retail incentive funds that they have also. The reality is dealers have vans like the one behind us. There's also $10,000 upfits so that you can go out and knock out a lot of recalls, software updates, inspections. Right now, I think the stat is 25% of every single recall in our industry can be solved with a software update or just an inspection. You don't need to have the big van behind us going through and do that. You can do that with a Volt, a CRV. And so their dealers have multiple options. They can have the big Mac Daddies behind us. They're also doing $10,000 upfits with modems, Starlink, and technology to be able to go knock out software.
Wait, so you said a Bolt or a Volt like in like literally like a delivery sedan?
Yeah, absolutely.
And a little upfit, and you're out there freeing up space in a bay so that you can do the heavy work?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm stealing the line. I think he told me the other day, there literally has never been a customer in my service drive that's been happy about coming in for a recall. But when they call him and say, hey, we'll come knock this out at your house because it's a software update, you actually get you get an Net Promoter Score opportunity. You get a retention opportunity. You actually get a smile from somebody, simply stated.
Selling smiles.
A lot of smiles. Smiles for miles.
Smiles for miles.
Patent pending.
We're marketers.
One of the things that we have found is with the recalls and stuff like that is that's the lowest hanging fruit that there is. So you're improving customer satisfaction as well, and that's also part of the conversation.
Recalls are so annoying.
But that's going to grow as software services grow and OEMs continue to push more software. That percentage will grow. So being able to be ahead of servicing that is going to be a big deal.
What's the highest capacity thing you can do out of one of these vehicles? Like, what's the heaviest job you can tackle?
Guys, the vans behind us can do tire rotations. They can actually do a 20-inch wheel tire change. I mean, that's a lot of equipment that's optimized in there. And I think Bob and the guys will tell you, you can be 6'5", walking in there comfortably, and literally be able to facilitate service. They have kits that make sure that the oil extraction is super clean, so you're not making messes everywhere. You can take the wires 50 feet so that you don't have to be right next to the vehicle. You can knock out fleet jobs, and you can do EV rescue through some of their vehicles. And you're doing all that through a platform that has all of this optimized and working through a schedule. And he can see where every single van is, how much money is being generated from each van, how much drive time there is, and what the gross profit is as they're in the market.
I think that's what he does, actually. He plays Mario 64 in his office, and he checks the app every once in a while.
That's correct.
Right?
That's why he's not responding to my text. That's
Mario
what's
64 at Rainbow Road. I got to perfect my game.
That is the best one. Well, Andy, Amit, thank you so much for just doing a lot to just be open and sharing your experience to help make the industry better. And Amit, anything you touch just seems to get better. So thanks for putting your time and effort behind this.
Can you text that to my wife? I'll make everything way easier.
No promises, but thanks for spending some time with us today.